Okay, situation number 3. The steel shaft is formed by attaching a hollow shaft to a solid shaft. Determine the maximum torque that can be applied to the ends of the shaft without exceeding the shear stress of 70 megapascals. Okay, and then sa number 2, determine the maximum torque that can be applied to the ends of the shaft without exceeding the angle of twist of 2.5 degrees in the 3.5 meter length. Ibig sabihin yung buong length yung twist dito. So yung total, no? And then, ayan. So sagutin muna natin yung unang dalawa. So pinapahanap lang ulit yung maximum torque without exceeding the shear stress. Okay, so dalawa yan, ano? Ito hollow, ito solid. Okay? So bali ganito, yung torque na yon naka-apply sa both, di ba? And basically, kailangan lang natin ma-identify alin dun yung maximum torque. Okay? So siguro tawagin natin ito na hollow shaft para lang malinaw. Ito yung solid. Ayan. So doon muna tayo sa solid. Okay, sa solid shaft, yung shear stress natin is once again T rho over J and dapat hindi yan lalagpas ng 70. Okay, so yung T hinahanap lang natin. Yung rho natin ngayon, ang diameter nga pala nito ay 70. So 70 over 2 over J. So solid yan. So pi over 32 times 70 to the fourth. So it should not exceed 70. So dito lalabas kung ano yung maximum torque natin. So we have 70 times pi over 32 times 70 to the fourth over 70 over 2. Tama ba? Cross multiply, divide. Okay, so ang lalabas dito na units ng Newton, ng torque is Newton millimeter, di ba? So divide lang natin ng 1 million para maging Newton, kilonewton meter kasi kailangan kilonewton meter. So di ba para maging kilonewton, yung Newton di-divide mo ng 1,000. Tapos yung millimeter naman para maging meter di-divide mo rin ng 1,000. So 1,000 times 1,000 is 1 million. Ayan. Okay, pwedeng ganyan, divide mo ng ganyan. Or pwede rin naman ganito. Pinutin mo lang tong eng. Ayan, no? Naka-divide na yan ng 1 million. Okay, so 4.71 kilonewton meter. Okay, so that is based on the solid shaft. So check naman natin yung base sa hollow shaft. So ganun lang ulit. T rho over J should not exceed 70. And then this is going to be T times, yung outer diameter naman natin dito is 100. So that would be 100 over 2, yun yung rho natin, over J. So dahil hollow, kailangan natin i-subtract, no? 100 to the fourth minus inner diameter is 70. 70 to the fourth, okay, should not exceed 70. So therefore, the torque should not exceed. So cross multiply yung J. Over rho. Yung rho natin is 100. 100 over 2. So, ang lalabas naman dito ay 10.44. Okay, so take note, parehas sa choices yan ha. Pero mamimili lang tayo ng maximum torque. So pag sinabing maximum torque, yung pinakamalaking torque na pwede mong i-apply nang hindi nasisira yung assembly. So dito sa solid, kapag ka 4.71, lumagpas ka dito sa 4.71, sira na yung solid. Sa hollow, kapag lumagpas ka ng 1044, saka lang masisira yung hollow. So ibig sabihin, between the two, ang masusunod na mag-govern ay ito. Okay, so therefore the answer is letter A. That's for number 1. For number 2, determine the maximum torque that can be applied to the ends of the shaft without exceeding an angle of twist of 2.5 degrees in the 3.5 meter length. So, isipin lang muna natin, paano ba natin marireceive or makukuha yung angle of twist na, I mean, paano ba nako-compute yung angle of twist? So, ganito lang yan. Bali, consider this to be our line, our neutral line. Kunyari, neutral yan. Yan, neutral yan. So, yan yung before the application of the torque. Okay? So, ngayon, etong hollow na to, di ba, dahil merong torsion na in-apply, magto-twist yan ng pagganito. Let's say, ito bababa dito. Or siguro maganda mas malaki, no? So, para lang sa presentation. Let me just take another figure. Ito na sa baba. I think gusto kong sabihin. Okay, so, ito kunwari neutral. Yan, neutral yan. Ibig sabihin, wala ka pang ina-apply na torque. Okay, ngayon, mag-twist to, no? Siguro gamitan natin ng kulay na green. Mag-twist ito, so bababa to. So, nandyan na siya. Yan yung twisting nung hollow. Okay, so, lagyan natin. Bali, ito yung angle of twist nung hollow. Okay? Tapos si solid naman, ganun din, magte-twist din siya. Kasi dito na, nag-twist siya diyan. Nandiyan na siya, ayan. Ayan. So ito naman yung magiging angle of twist ni solid. Okay? At ang tinatanong sa atin, ano yung total angle of twist? So yung total angle of twist is basically mula dito, green naman. Hindi. Ito, purple. So mula dito hanggang dito. Yan yung total. Okay? Alright? So that's why, same explanation lang din kung dun sa kanina kung bakit naging ganun. So that's why yung total natin will be equal to the twist of the hollow plus the angle of twist of the solid. Okay? And that should not exceed, ito na lang, dito na tayo mag number 2. That should not exceed, ano sabi? 2.5 degrees. Okay? And gawin lang nating radians. Ayan. Okay? So, ano yung total, angle of twist ng hollow? So, again, TL over JG nung hollow plus TL over JG nung solid. Should not exceed this. Ayan. Okay? So, again, we are solving for the torque. No? Hinahanap natin yung torque. So, T. Okay? Ang length ng hollow is 2 meters. So, 2,000. Over J, pi over 32 times 100 to the fourth minus 70 to the fourth. And then yung G, um, hindi yata na ibigay yung G. Okay, it should be given dapat ito. 83 na lagay natin. G is equal to 83 gigapascal for steel. Parehas naman steel yan, kaya parehas lang sila ng G. So, 83. Gawin nating megapascal. Ayan. Plus T, L. Yung length naman ni solid, 1.5 over J, G. Ayan. Okay? And this should not exceed 2.5 pi over 1/8. So dito ko lang sa taas ilalagay. So magiging yung torsion should not exceed. Okay? So ganito yan. So para hindi kung ayaw mo mag-ship solve, pwede naman. So bali, pansinin niyo, i-factor out niyo lang naman tong torque eh. Pagka-factor out niyo ng torque, yung maiiwan dito ng mga numericals, i-divide niyo dito. So magiging ganyan. 2.5 pi over 180. Tapos i-divide natin ng buong ano. So bali, meron tayo ditong 2,000 over pi over 32. Ayan. Plus, ito naman, 1.5. Ayan. Okay? And ang lalabas dito would be in ano, in Newton millimeter ulit. So kung gusto mo naka Newton, kilo Newton meter, divide mo lang ng 1 million. So that's around 4.00. Okay, so ito naman yung allowed na torque so that the angle of twist is not exceeded. So that would be letter C. Okay? And then number three, the attachment uses a 10 millimeter diameter bolts with allowable shearing stress of 180 megapascals. They are to be arranged around 65 millimeters from the centroid of the shaft. Calculate the required minimum number of bolts based on the governing torque. So dun daw sa governing torque, so saan yun? Bali sa dalawa, ito yung governing torque, no? Ayan. So, yung governing torque na yan, i-apply natin. So, ano daw yung kailangan natin na dami ng bolts dito? Okay, so for number 3, bali, tingnan natin ngayon yung ano na yan, ano, yung assembly na yan. So, ito kunwari yung, ayan. So, las nandito yung shaft. Tapos, kailangan mo daw maglagay ng number of bolts dito. Hindi nga lang natin alam kung ilan. Kunwari yan yun, no? Tapos, they are arranged from the center. Ano daw yun? They are arranged to 65 mm from the centroid of the shafts. So, tama ba? 65, they are to be arranged around 65 mm from the center. So, ibig sabihin radius yun. Okay, so ibig sabihin ito, 65 mm. Okay? Alright, so ngayon, ang tanong, ano daw yung required? So, syempre, yung torque na i-apply natin is yung 4 kilonewton meter kasi yun yung nag-over. Alright? Tapos tinatanong tayo kung ilan. So, bali, di ba, ang mangyayari dyan, magkakaroon ng effect yung, or magkakaroon ng resistance itong mga bolt na to dun sa torsion. And yung effect nun, kapag kukuha lang tayo ng isa, is ito. Kunwari, ito. Kunwari, itong bolt na to. So, ang effect niyan is magkakaroon siya ng force acting in this direction. Okay? Which is perpendicular doon sa radial distance. So, ganun din dito. Ayan. Dito naman, ganun din, no? So itong dinadrawing ko guys, effect ito ha, effect. Hindi ito yung reaction. Kasi pag reaction, baliktad, no? Pero okay lang yun, parehas lang naman yun. Okay, effect yan nung torsion. Yan yung effect na force nung torsion. Ayan. Okay? So ngayon, how do I calculate that particular force? Okay? So tawagin natin yan na force P. Okay? Well, to calculate the force P, because we are given naman the radius, no? So lumalabas lang kasi, dapat yung P na to, pag minultiply mo ng radial distance from the center, equal to sa torque na to. Kasi di ba ang torque is yung moment lang naman dito sa point na to eh. Di ba yun yung moment dito sa center, no? So lumalabas yung moment sa center na torque ay dapat equal dun sa P times yung 65. Okay? Kaya lang ito, isang ano lang, isang bolt, no? So syempre, yung total niyan lahat, kasi paghahati-hatian nila yun eh. Ang total niyan lahat would be, depende kung ilan yung bolts. So mag-multiply tayo ng n. So yan yung number of bolts. Okay? So therefore, yung P natin would be equal to the torque applied, which is, lagyan ko na ng value, 4, no? 4 times 10 to the 6 para maging Newton millimeter kasi kilo Newton meter to eh. Divided by 65 times N. So yun yung magiging ano natin, force natin sa kada isang bolt, no? Tapos sabi, yung shear stress daw ng bolt, okay, which is in this case can be calculated. Paano kaya natin kukumpitin yung shear stress ng bolt? So again, pag sinabi mong shear stress, tatlo yan. Meron kang direct shear stress, meron kang flexural or horizontal shear stress, at meron kang torsional shear stress. Um, yung pangatlo is para yon sa twisting effect. Ito kasi, pinag-uusapan natin is yung bolt na. So parang ganito na yan eh. Ayan eh. Tapos kunwari, kuha ako na isang bolt ha. Kunwari, itong bolt na to. Ayan. Circular yan sa ilalim. Ayan, ganyan siya, di ba? Tapos itong P na to, ito yun. Let's say ito yun. Ayan. So yung P na itutulak siya. So sa ilalim, meron pa kontra. Ayan. Okay? So itong dalawang P na to will cause what? Will cause a direct shear doon sa bolt. So magkakaroon dito ng shearing stress. Okay? At yung shearing stress na yon is direct or simple shearing stress. Okay? Kaya yung pag-compute natin ng shear stress sa bolt is yung force over area lang. Force over area ng bolt. Okay, hindi siya kagaya nung kanina na torsional, no? Although galing ito sa torsion, itong force na, kaya lang yung force na yan kapag nilipat mo na dun sa bolt, direct shear na siya. Okay? So that's why ito yun. And that this should not exceed, ang sabi, this should not exceed 180 ba yun? This should not exceed 180 megapascals. All right? So therefore, we will have P, which is 4 times 10 to the 6 over 65 times N. Tapos yung area ng bolt ay pi over 4. Ang diameter na binigay for bolt is 10 mm. And therefore, our N, so take note, no, ito yung N. Pag yung cross multiply doon, nandito na siya. Ganyan. Tapos i-divide natin yung 180 sa kabila. So 4 times 10 to the 6 over 65 times 180 times pi over 4 times 10 squared. So that gives us 4.35. Or N is should be greater than or at least no 4.35 volts. Okay? So ibig sabihin ano yung minimum? So therefore the minimum should be 5 volts. Hindi pwedeng 4, no? Kasi at least 4.35 ang kailangan eh. So that means kailangan natin mas malaki doon na whole number. And the answer here would be letter C. Okay, and that's how we solve this problem. Any questions?